Today I'm going to show you how to practice guitar if you only have 5 minutes available to practice. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Brian Baker here at Brian Baker Guitar Studio. So let's talk about how to practice the guitar if you only have, let's say, 5 little minutes to practice with. 5 minutes isn't a lot of time, but you can do a lot with 5 minutes. So let's say you're learning to play some chords. For example, E minor chord, you only have 5 minutes. So let's just put your fingers on, and if you want to learn E minor, grab your guitar and follow along. It is the 2nd fret of the A string and the 2nd fret of the D string. You can use your 1st and 2nd or your 2nd and 3rd finger like that and practice strumming it. Now, if this is the only chord you know, what I recommend you do is practice taking your hand off and then putting your hand back on. Off and then back on, and also just to strum it. Just down. If you're a beginner, you can strum it down and up. Okay, and that's all you do for the time you have. Whether you have 5 minutes, even if you had 30 seconds, you just pick up the guitar and play it for 30 seconds, and just work on the new stuff that you're learning. It's very, very important. Just only practice the new stuff. If you're practicing guitar with very little amount of time, the new stuff is what you want to practice so that you continue to grow and get better and advance with your guitar and your skills. So let's talk about another thing. Let's say you're learning to pick a song like Ode To Joy. Just play Ode To Joy. If that was the amount that you have, just practice that over and over and over again. If it's just 1 minute, 1 minute is perfect. Practice it for 1 minute. Practice it for 1 minute in the morning, 1 minute at night. Practice it for 1 minute in the middle of the night. If you wake up and your guitar is there, pick it up. I'm sure Ode To Joy wouldn't bother too many people in the middle of the night. Okay, let's talk about, let's say you're learning more advanced things, okay? You're learning let's say you're learning Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses. That's a good one to practice. Now, that song uses what's called a movable chord pattern. So how you want to practice with a movable chord pattern is you want to practice it, not a movable chord, but a movable scale pattern. It's a movable lick, so you can play it in every position on the guitar. So what you want to do is practice it here. This is a great way to practice it here, but then practice it on every fret and every position. So you could play it on the open D, you can play it here. Okay? And then you can practice it on every fret. So you can practice here at E flat and go through all the changes the same. Practice it on every single fret if it's a movable lick. Another example of a movable lick, let's say you're learning Sunshine of Your Love, or one of those classic rock licks that everyone loves to learn on the guitar. Practice it in every position. So, and who cares if it's the way that the song was written in particular key? What we're doing here is we're trying to grow and use the lick as an exercise. Okay, so what you want to do there is play it in every key. So you can play it on F, play it on F sharp, again, very important to practice the new stuff only, because that is the stuff that's going to challenge you, and that is what's going to help you grow as a guitar player. Now, the next thing I want to touch on is scales. So if you're learning to play scales, you also want to play your scales in every position on the guitar if you're learning the movable patterns from your cage system. So here we go. Let's say you're learning your G scale here. Belongs to the E shape of the cage system if you watched the cage system lesson. So what you want to do with that one is play that one in every single fret. So play it on the 5th fret. This is how they would teach you at a music school or a university to practice your scales. Do it on every single fret. I've only been doing this for 10 seconds. I'm already on the 9th fret, 10th fret, and I've played every single fret on my guitar by the time I'm done. Okay, so once again, let's recap how you should be practicing the guitar if you only have 5 minutes to do it. What you really want to do, most important, is practice the new stuff. The new stuff that you're working on is what's going to help you grow and what's going to help you advance in your studies, make your hands stronger and get new things in your hands so that you can perform them and play them and have lots of fun. Now, if you play things that you already know, you're not really going to advance. You're going to stay kind of the same as you were before. So just practice the new stuff only if your time is really, really limited. You know, if you have 30 seconds, just play what you can in the 30 seconds and do it over and over and over again. And practice for short periods of time more often is always way better than practicing for like one big 3-hour jam on Saturday and then never again for the rest of the week. All right, I'm Brian Baker. Thanks again for watching my lesson on how to practice guitar if you only have 5 minutes or less to do so. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more guitar.